What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cookie DAO today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. We got our hands stuck in the cookie jar today, you guys. We're talking about this thing for a second time today, simply because we pumped up a lot. That was the biggest move to the upside that we've seen since the 10th of February here. That was the most volume that we saw, too. It's the 30th of April today. Yesterday, we moved up 26%. 26.7%, a lot of volume. The same time that we had volume back here on the on February 10th, that candle moved up 42%, 42% versus 26%. I want a refund, man. That's not my pump. Where's my pump? This is incomplete. We need more. You didn't even pump 46%. You pumped all the way up to 84%, and then you fell back down. What's this? How come we got the same volume and we're not pumping the same? I demand a refund. I want more. Cookie DAO, damn it. No, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think this is fine. I think we actually do continue growing from here too. It's very possible that we could find resistance and turbulence. We're going to go over that, those possible outcomes. I haven't sold any Cookie DAO at this point in time, but I'll tell you guys what it would take for me to sell. Even if I don't sell here at the highs, maybe at a little bit lower price if it looks like it's going to go lower, or tell you where I will sell if we're going higher. So if that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into this. Okay, so looking at this first and foremost, from the high back in January of this year to the low here on the 7th of April, we have effectively gone above the 382. Now, this is what gives me hope that the move doesn't stop here. Okay, we've done a couple of things that are not common. It's very common when you find your low to move up through the 236 to your 382, back down to the 236, and then you move up to your golden ratio, something like that. That's a very common maneuver. It's not so common to consolidate around your 236, find support at your 069 on the way up, right? Normally, if you find support at the 069, it's because you find resistance at the 236, you come back down, you find support, and then you work your way up, something like that. But just doing this right off the bat, being constructive, and then consolidating around your 236 is strange. To me, this would imply that we don't stop at the 382, but rather we would continue to the 0.5, okay? The fact that if we take all that out of context and we talk about just moving up to the 382, what you normally do with the 382 is you wick above it and then you close below it. If you close above it, like we did yesterday, technically we did. I mean, you look at it right there, we closed just above it. If you close above it, your thoughts automatically go toward the 0.5 or even the golden ratio. And that's very dependent on today, the 30th of April here. If we can close today green, I'm quite confident we will see a 24-cent price, if not even a little bit higher or a little bit lower. Something around the 0.5 is what I would anticipate. 25, 23 cents, something like that. It might happen today. It might happen tomorrow. It might happen over the coming days. But it wouldn't surprise me if that's where we were going ultimately. This is a fine area to stop. We absolutely could stop here. We've stopped in this area before. We've stopped in this area as far as support goes and resistance goes multiple times in Cookie DAO's history. It's very possible that we could. But if we're looking at the indicators, looking at the daily RSI, we have not bearish divergence, but bullish convergence. We're getting higher highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price. It's nice to see volume is coming through and carrying through. Oftentimes, as movements progress, as we go higher, your volume kind of dies off, and that's the signal that we are going to reverse. Or if you get a big volume spike like this, it comes with a very big wick attached to it, right? There's very clear signs of reversals. That's not really a reversal candle there, right? Even here, even back here, and I mean here, to be fair, we didn't really have a strong sign of reversal, but we did have like a double top in the RSI, where here we don't have a double top so much. So there's not really so many bearish signals, and to me, this says that we're just getting started. We consolidated for a week, and now we've just moved up. I think we're just getting started, guys. And I mean, maybe we're not just getting started, but I think we have more to go. Okay, just getting started from a time position, more to go from a price standpoint. Okay, on the 4-hour basis, we don't have any bearish divergence either. We're actually bouncing off the overbought zone and looking productive, looking very good. It's very possible that today we come down, we consolidate a little bit, and then begin to move up, toward the end of the day or even tomorrow. Again, the idea would be that we close today green, though. We want to close here or higher because we want to get above that overall 382 right here, right? We want to stay above there. If not, it's no big deal. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's very common to go from the 382 to the 236. So if you're buying here, I think it's fine. 17.8 cents. I still think it's a cheap price to get in. I mean, my first purchase was at 23 cents, man. But just expect, or don't expect, but accept that a 12.6 cent price could come your way if you buy here, okay? I'm not saying that it will. I'm not necessarily anticipating that myself, but just it depends. Certain things could happen that could make that happen. Okay, so just accept that. It's not that I'm saying sell here because we're going down to 12 cents. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm doing. But it's possible, and you should accept it as a possibility. What I am saying is, if you buy here, you better not sell here, because what are we going to do? We're going to bounce. We're going to recover. These higher prices that we're talking about now, they're going to happen just at a later date. It's okay to buy the high. It's not okay to buy the high and sell the low. It's okay to buy the high, wait out the lows, and then wait for it to come back. But it's not okay to buy the high and sell the low. Okay. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. But if I was buying here, I would tell myself, I'm just not going to touch it until it's green. Until it's green, man. That's all I'm saying, because inevitably it will be green. And maybe that'll be sooner than we all think, man. Looking at the 4-hour RSI, it's super bullish. Looking at the 1-hour RSI, also super bullish, you guys. Moving up with volume time and time again. Here we are moving up here, still with above average volume. In fact, it's whenever we stop moving that we were absent of this volume here. So I think as we progress higher over the coming hours, we will get that volume to come in. I'm anticipating that this next move up will show lesser levels of volume, and that will be the first sign of exhaustion. But we don't really have signs of exhaustion yet, right? No, there's no bearish divergence, lower highs here, but we have lower highs here, so there's no bearish divergence, nothing to worry about there. What we do have is like a double bottom on your RSI with higher lows here. That's hidden bullish divergence. That's a good thing, and oftentimes marks continuation. I think we will mark. I think that we will continue. That's kind of my whole thought there. So the whole purpose of this video, you guys, is to get on here and tell you that while yes, we're up a good bit. I mean, from the low, how much are we up overall, man? From the low, we're up 159%, and a good 26% of that came from yesterday's price action, but we still have more to go. I do expect volatility ahead. It wouldn't surprise me if, today was the top day or tomorrow was the top day. I say top, just the momentary high. It's not like the actual top, right? The top, you guys, is going to be at $1.65 or higher, right? We're looking at $3, $4 prices even by the end of this endeavor, sometime in June. But relatively speaking, it wouldn't surprise me if we found resistance somewhere in this area. We consolidated here for, from the 10th of February until like early March. For about a month, we consolidated here, at least half a month. February is a kind of short month, right? I would expect that we consolidate here at least a week or so, or if not more time. There will be opportunities to trade. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm definitely not any of those, okay? I don't want your money for any of my plays. I've never pretended to be an expert. I've never claimed to be an expert. I'm not a financial advisor. But I do, by the way, I love you guys. Shout out to Bo Graydon. That's hilarious. That's genuinely hilarious. I love that. And then this guy made a cartoon. I literally thought, I'm like, why do I feel like I'm this guy? I thought that someone was like making fun of me, and it turns out he actually did make this. And I don't know if it's making fun or if it's just like an honor, but either way, it's all good fun, man. I like it. I was never like offended by it, but I think it's hilarious. I'm like, that kind of looks like me. Like, I say all these things. Anyways, the thing that I'm trying to get to here is that I do talk about my trades. I will tell you if I buy, if I sell, all those kinds of things. So if you're looking for me to, or if you're looking for any signals as far as whenever I sell, whenever I buy, follow me on x.com at ChrisHarris85. I'll let you guys know whenever I sell. Again, I'm only talking about this because I do plan on trading Cookie DAO over the coming weeks. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities. Here, if you bought, you could have sold. So that's one trading opportunity. You could have bought again, could have sold. Ideally, right? That's 2 trading opportunities. Bought and sold. That's 3 trading opportunities. So you don't have to trade every single day, right? You could make multiple trading opportunities out of that, but as far as like ideal opportunities goes, there's really only 3. I would expect that we get 1, 2, or 3 opportunities here. And I'm definitely going to capitalize on that. So if you want to follow along with that, just follow me here. Getting on with our bad selves, though. 17.9 cents now. The expectation is to continue to grow. If today closes red, that could be a clear indication that we are, in fact, going back down to 12.7 cents. And we can talk about that tomorrow if it's looking like that's what we're going to do. But until then, ultimately, I think we're moving up to about 24 cents. We'll consolidate, move up higher, getting to prices that are, 30 cents, 40 cents, 60 cents, and inevitably we will see new all-time highs by the end of May. By the end of May, I think that we will see new all-time highs, but I don't know if we'll be all the way up at $1.65. I think this price area is more reserved for June, but we'll see. I'm anticipating that we'll see $1.65 at a minimum to $3.88 at a maximum. It's completely possible Cookie DAO could see higher prices. We absolutely could, but let's keep our feet on the ground a little bit here first. I think that from the current price, I think talking about a 9x to a 21x minimum is a fine range to start with. So in time, we'll get there. One way or another, we're going to get to these prices and above by the end of the cycle. Cookie DAO will be worth like $20, $40, $100 by the end of the cycle. You know what I mean? And here we are at 18 cents now. And yes, it actually does have that potential, right? The market cap is $80 million. Very low market cap, very much it has room to grow. I don't know why I talked like kind of like Yoda there, but not really. I didn't have the words in the right order, but I very much do expect that we will grow to phenomenal prices, right? I don't know if we'll see $100. I accept it as a possibility, but I would believe that we're worth tens of dollars by the end of the cycle. But keeping it relevant, 17.9 cents now. 24 to 25 cents is the current goal. I'll let you guys know whenever I plan on selling if I feel like it on X.com. And I got nothing else to say. So just good job, Cookie DAO. Love seeing it. I think that we continue. That's the main message of this video. I'm done repeating myself. So hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. And you know what? Let's actually, before we end this video, I want to put some more fibs on here. Hold on. So high to low, right? We've got the 0.5 right here. Okay. So we're aware of this level. 0.5 right there. There we go. If we take this relative high to low, that would put us in the 786, 886 area. Okay, whatever. What about this one over here? Let's see. What about this low to high? We're around 382, 23. I mean, here it wouldn't really make sense to stop anyway. We're not getting anything with that. What about the daily or the 4 hour? Maybe the 4 hour will help us out. Let's see. I mean, we can try. Let's see what this gives us. High to low here. Because this high to low here, I'm pretty sure we stopped right at the golden ratio, didn't we? Where did we stop? High to low there, right above the 2272. Went all the way up and tipped the 2618. Actually, we tipped it. If you look at this right here, we tipped the 2618 perfectly. Found support at the 1618. Ran all the way up to the 3618. Beautiful maneuver, actually. Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool. I love it when that happens. That's a classic endeavor right there. High to low here. What is that again? Just above the 2272, finding support at the 1886. Man, it really wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me at all from here if we were to move all the way up to about, like, I mean, 21 to 22 cents or even 25, 26 cents, something, anything and everything in the zone. And that white line there, the 0.5 of the overall fib being at 24.20, I don't know. Very promising, very excited because it just doesn't stop here, man. I would anticipate at least Cookie DAO another 13% move, if not at most 45% over the coming days. I really am done now, guys. Take it easy. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.